video 11 of Enter the Crucible. I am Mayhew, one of the co-hosts. I am joined by
Carter. And that's it.
And that's it, because we're running Crew Light today. We're going to be doing this, commentating this battle report between Jeff's KO1 and Clint's Jarl. I believe that Jarl got first turn in the scenario incoming.
So walk us through the scenario there, Mayhew.
I believe that the furthest.
Do you believe or do you know?
I believe. I know. I'm fairly certain that it is furthest zone is Control 1, Dominate 2.
That is correct.
Closest zone is Dominate 1.
Correct.
And the enemy objective is Destroy for 1.
Correct. And it also provides artillery.
Yeah, the firepower.
Down,
yeah.
Which is not going to come to play. Or no light artillery in the field.
No. Well, I do think it was really strong that Jarl got first turn, because going second against any circle list is generally just awful, but especially when they can hit and run like Jeff's can.
Sure, and also have a lot of stealth. Clint's list here has a lot of guns in it. You got the Boomhowlers, the Nist Hunters, Jarl, the Impaler, and the Storm Troll toting up the guns. So you want good board positioning, and with stealth, you can make a pretty decent alpha strike happen.
So this does give him the opportunity to push far forward quickly, and maybe try to push a line of engagement without relying too much on the guns on the Jarl side.
Absolutely. Looks like Gatormen are pushing up to the top there, across from Blood Trackers. I know it might be a little bit hard to see, but Jeff's got a full unit of Blood Trackers in the woods there, with a unit of Shifting Stones.
We talked prior to the game, me and Jeff, and just discussing like possible prey targets with this particular matchup, and I suggested the Gatormen because the prey would be better to get past their armor, especially if they don't engage them.
Yeah, from range you can pick off the Gatormen pretty decently.
I don't think Blood Trackers without prey have that much of a problem hurting Boomhowlers anyway.
Well, yes and no. If they get stuck in, they're only, power 11?
I think so.
Well, I mean, I guess that's pretty decent.
And infantry on infantry type situation.
Sure, power 9 on Weapon Master on the throw is still going to get past the armor. 15 or 16 Boomhowlers?
16, I think?
16, yeah. Yeah, Boomhowlers are pretty tough.
But still, I mean, when you really want that +2 power, it's probably going to be in a multi-wound situation.
But on the flip side, the Gatormen are really good at killing Blood Trackers. I mean, they're match 7. They can get rerolls, so they're only looking for 7s with rerolls to hit. They can cause terror if they want to. That's a problem for Blood Trackers.
Yeah.
And if Blood Trackers are throwing spears, they're in charge range.
Because you might be...
Kelly, Clint's wife, is starting to kill him, so that might be some added pressure. We'll see how it affects his performance.
I'm hoping negatively.
Fair enough. Looks like the Storm Troll moved up fairly aggressively. Opposite of the Blood Trackers, I would expect to see him try to start electro looping on them, because they should just fold pretty quickly to that.
Yeah, I mean, we discussed it before the game, but like that much stealth is actually kind of difficult for this particular style of troll list because of the total amount of guns. But it's not necessarily terrible because he has plenty of melee options.
Also, you have Magic Bullet, and you've got the Electro Leap, so you still got options. And the Skinwalkers aren't stealth, unless he occultates them, but I would expect to see occultation probably... Well, they might go on Skinwalkers. That might be a pretty good choice.
That's usually his choice, is the occultate Skinwalkers. I mean, one of the things that transitioned this list from a KO2 list to a KO1 list when me and Jeff were talking was we're going back and forth on the Blood Pack, and I'm like, well, why doesn't Prime KO just occultate them?
Sure.
And you can also have all the Spirit Door shenanigans. And that's part of the evolution of this list. And then Blood Pack became Skinwalkers because he actually wanted to hold his own. I'd be interested to actually see how his list changes once the Death Pack come out, because that's a relatively cheap unit that could potentially hold zones pretty decently.
Yeah,
they're kind of living model dependent, but
yeah, but they start with the blood token, so no matter what, you're going to get the free hit. You got to kill them twice, basically. Or
And if
3
they-
times if you don't actually kill them all in one hit.
If they're ever in a situation where they're actually like gaining the tokens as well.
Yeah, no. And the fact that they could all basically be Gerlax is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It looks like Clint is pushing pretty hard towards the top zone with the Nis Hunters. He's kind of redeploying those guys on the fly here. Jeff really didn't do too much to go towards Clint's zone, so it looks like he's planning to make this a grindy game and defend his top zone. So Clint's putting the Boom Howlers in his closest near zone, which I imagine Jeff's going to have a hard time clearing out. I mean, they're always tough to clear out.
Right.
So
There's always also the threat of like, okay, I'm going to get my sprinting stalker onto like 1 or 2 of them and not trigger sprint.
yeah, that's super annoying.
It's it's not guaranteed, obviously, and it relies on tough rolls, but
Well, it looks like Jeff smartly put the Stalker across from the Gatorman, which I think is the right choice in that situation. Sons of Bragg are up there, too, following the Gatorman.
it feels like to me that the Sons of Bragg would probably be like one of the top things to actually take out.
Sure,
if you can take out quick.
It's really his only truly heavy hitters in the entire list. Granted, it's a circle army, but Clint's going to have a hard time chewing through Skinwalkers.
Yeah, and I just foresee the Skinwalkers versus Boom Howler fight to just be grinding.
I think I missed the spellcasting, but I believe Quicken went on the Boom Howlers. I know Clint likes to do that, and they ran pretty far. And it looks like Sons of Bragg also took a spell. I'm guessing that would be, was it Tactical Supremacy or?
It's possible. I don't know for sure. I've been trying to.
Let's see how Jeff sets up, because he's not really going to have too much to actually attack with this turn. Maybe some shots from the Blood Trackers on the Gatorman, but we'll see.
It's a very interesting thing because there's so much zone in the center of the table. I mean, it's pretty much straddling the center of the table that he has to commit something.
Yeah, he can't just sit back and try to hit and run all day like Pikai really wants to. That's her biggest weakness, is just holding zones. She has all the killing power and all the ability to stay safe, but she doesn't necessarily have the ability to hold ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you notice when it comes to strong alpha armies like Legion or Circle or something like that. It's like if you can't control the zone, you can put yourself in a bad scenario situation. It's something that I play around with like all the time. Like, okay, I can't get to you because you're shooting me, or I can't get to you because you're hitting a run. I'm going to just flood this zone as much as possible and force you to come to me.
Sure.
I'm tired of you running away from me. I want you to come to me. And Trolls is like really good at that as a general rule. Now, granted, this is not the more typical troll list.
No, this isn't even a troll army. I mean, how many? There's like, what, 6 troll models in that whole list?
Yeah.
Aside from Boom Howlers, which technically are mercenaries, but it's a crazy amalgamation of weird minions and mercs. I love it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Is like you probably would not have seen this particular matchup in a tournament because I don't think Jarl would drop against Circle like at all if you have like a Meat Mountain or something like that situation popping up. But it's a really interesting list on the fact that it's like a Signar list. It's like the Epicane of hordes, which is a caster with 2 pistols running a bunch of mercs.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the casters do such different things in that matchup, but I worry Jeff is moving a little bit too conservatively. I mean, I guess he's trying to save his blood trackers as much as possible, but Clint has the ability to just move up into the zone and then place cloud effects in there and stop the charges that he's going to need to put damage out. So
yeah, that might be what Jeff's thinking, not necessarily taking into account the feat, which is I want you to run into the zone so I can shoot you and then potentially reform into the zone.
yeah.
But if the clouds are up there, then that's a genuine problem.
So we'll see how Clint uses his feet. Jeff, very wisely, he does this a lot. Runs his black clouds on the flanks. He just ran it behind the hut there, and he ran the blood trackers far on the flank. And especially with a feat like Clint's, where you're getting a limited amount of coverage. Granted, the clouds can cover a lot, but you're forcing your opponent to kind of pick what they want to cover. They're not going to be able to cloud their whole army if your whole army is kind of spread out in a semicircle around it.
Just as a note to people who are watching this video, that is, we do know that is not the typical KO1 model.
Oh, that's right. We probably should have mentioned that. The PKIA model is straight garbage.
Oh, the plastic one is awesome.
Yeah.
The new one.
No, I think it looks like crap.
I actually like it.
Really? Well, we're going to disagree on
Well,
that.
it's better than the
You're
old
dumb.
one, most definitely.
I think the PKIA model just looks straight garbage. But it's not painted, and Ikai is painted. And I painted her pretty, so we're just using it. It looks like he is lightning striking a... oh, no, he might be trying to... what do you call it? Spirit door him back. He doesn't need lightning strike, but he's got a stalker and a boom howler.
It looks like K already activated, so I think he might have just lightning struck.
Oh, okay. Lightning striking a stalker is always risky business.
Yeah.
When you're going in 4+ stuff boom howlers.
Maybe he was just not necessarily worried about the armor cracking over there, but
That might be a serious mistake. Because if he doesn't get a kill, then we're already 2 tough mauls in.
yeah.
He's only got 2 more attacks.
Or we're talking about the potential of lightning strike not pulling off if.
There's another tough.
Wow, that is a massive.
This might be a stalker gone. Oh my god. I think he just toughed his way through the stalker.
Wow,
That was a huge mistake. Never throw a sprint model into boom howlers. Never do it.
well with that many fury, it's a low possibility, but
Yeah, but it's a 4+. Especially not right at the beginning of the game where it's not really crucial. You know, you're just trying to snag some damage.
I'll be very interested to see if Clint can take advantage of them. At
Oh,
the same time.
there's no way that thing's going to be living. If I'm Clint now, my entire goal is just going to be to shift my turn to kill that stalker and set up for the score. That's the most powerful piece on Jeff's side of the board, bar none, you know?
My only concern is whether or not, if he does throw everything at the stalker, if he can kill it.
When you got boom howlers there and they're kind of tied up, so that might be an issue, but
He would have to try and position the boom howlers and do CMAs onto him, and maybe shoot the stalker a couple times. The stalker is right now on an elevation. It's
That's
not
true.
out of the realm of possibilities that the stalker could live the next turn.
that's true. Clint's going to have to work at it. And maybe it'll put him in a bad spot if he does too much, especially with the skinwalkers moving up there to hopefully take advantage.
It's like he's activating the swamp gobblers, the best 1 points in all of hordes.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe spell martyrs.
That's true. Well,
And circle trees are pretty dang good, too.
best 1 points that I usually can spend in
Yeah,
hordes.
yeah, he's scoring bastard. Do you even have a 1-point model in scoring? Aside from Swamp Gobbers and Feral Guys?
No, I don't think so.
It's funny.
It's usually, do I put the beast handlers to max or min
Oh,
squad?
fair enough. That's your 1-point model. Wow, that was a disappointing turn for Jeff, I gotta say.
Yeah, that seemed like too aggressive too quickly. I mean, it's fun to get the alpha, but sometimes you can hurt
very
yourself
least
doing it.
save the spirit door in case it goes wrong, you know?
Hold it down, the power button.
Oh, okay.
They're dumb and can't figure out how to use that.
You have the settings wrong.
Clock malfunction.
No, they figured it out.
How
Look
many
at
nerds does it take to work a chess clock? Answer 3.
that. Yeah, we've proven it by science.
Yes.
So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting turn to see if whether or not Clint can truly capitalize on that mistake. I mean, even if he throws all of it at the stalker, he does have the skinwalkers following up immediately.
That's what I was thinking, but I mean, you could hopefully jam a little bit with the boomhowlers and the skinwalkers. Make it a little difficult for to remove them and stop the skinwalkers from getting charges in. But we'll see what he does. This is going to be a very interesting turn, and I think we'll set the tempo of the game.
Yeah, it's a genuine concern of like, can Jeff get past the boomhowler's screen to make a real play to that zone?
And it's actually deceptively strong. I initially thought his deployment looked like it was just very heavy on his own zone, but it looks like he's throwing the skinwalkers and the feral down there, and he's got the stalker in range of it too. So maybe he will try and push for that down zone, Clint zone. But I don't see him clearing out, all those boomhowlers and potentially maybe some NIST that tow their way in there in the back too. I just have a hard time seeing that.
Oh, it looks like Clint's contemplating the assassination. If Kay is sitting on none, she's only armor 13, and 2 magic bullets could hurt.
Yeah, for sure. This might be a short podcast.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, Jeff.
Well, our last one was like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. Is Kay actually sitting on nothing? It looks like she's got some fury.
I saw her cast Occultation and maybe Spirit Doored, because I think she Spirit Doored and then teleported the Stalker where it was.
Well, you can't Spirit Door and then he double shifted the Stalker. I know that.
Okay, so she might just be sitting on 4.
I mean, he might be looking to get NIST on her, but she's sitting in a forest. She got smoke on her. It's going to be difficult.
There's going to be a lot of hurt coming that Stalker's way. Maybe trying to set up for CRAs into the Stalker. I mean, I don't think the Stalker is technically being...
you can't... Oh, yeah. He killed everybody that was... He knocked down everybody around him. So that actually might have been a bad play on Jeff's part. As soon as he started failing to kill boomhowlers, he probably should have just focused on one that was knocked down, just to leave him engaged with one if it didn't work out.
I mean, I can understand why once the Stalker was in that position that he would take the risk. It's like, all I have to do is kill one, just keep swinging, try and just kill one.
Point being is you probably should just pick on the same one. Looks like they hit.
Is it doing a massive CRA?
Yeah, he did all of them. Dice +3. Oh, 6 damage to the 2.
It's
Duff.
not a good start.
To be fair, that is like a quarter of his health.
Yeah.
Because he is a Warpwolf Stalker.
I think they're like 15 health solos.
Yeah, pretty much. They are pansies when you actually hit them. Just God help you actually trying to get your hands on them.
And the funny thing about this, I don't know necessarily if it's funny haha, is that if Jeff is sitting on that much fury, even if he pulls from the Stalker, if it lives, whether or not it passes a threshold.
Yeah, that too. You might be screwed as far as threshold goes. I mean, at the end of the day, if it frenzies and attacks up, you can Spirit Door back to safety,
right,
and start healing it up. Let's see what the Storm Troll goes after.
He's going to shoot at that guy. Range 8.
Oh no! Forgot about Occultation.
Occultation relevant?
Occultation went on the Skinwalkers, just like I thought wouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm a dummy.
Well, that changes things a little bit probably for Clint's plan. I don't know if he was really depending on trying to pop magic bullets off Skinwalkers.
Looks like he's going to try and crit slam that Stalker out of the Boomhowlers. That would be a dead Stalker if that was the case.
Got to hit a 16 on a critical. That's
a little rough.
It is really rough. But if it happens, it's...
Yeah, and he's at 11, which isn't too bad, but... Uh-oh. Missed by 1. Oh, that hurts.
Wow.
That
It was a critical too.
I know.
You know how often I'm just like so happy when they don't crit. I was like, I'm going to just walk over here and I'm going to crit boost. Like, oh no, oh thank God. I mean, I've still died, but it wasn't died because I died because I got critical on.
Yeah, there you go. That would have been a big play because that stalker would have been knocked down, pushed into charge rate of all those boom howlers.
Who could reveille themselves
Yeah,
in the
could
charge.
stand
Yeah.
up. And dice -5 on all those charge attacks wouldn't have done him any favors.
And that's a much easier stalker to kill.
Oh yeah, that is a dead stalker for sure. They rely on their defense more than anything. It looks like the stalker is gonna freaking live.
So that was my concern.
Yeah.
I was like, I look at it as like, yeah, you may throw your stalker out there, but
I guess the thing is he, aside from the Sons of Bragg, he doesn't have any few pieces that actually can get in there and just smack stuff dead.
yeah.
He doesn't have like a heavy, a Mulg or a Mauler you can load up and start killing stuff.
And when most of his attacks are guns, like getting past the defense 16 is
Sure.
kind of difficult.
It looks like Jarl is getting in there on.
Ah, another crappy damage roll.
On the stalker, I think.
Yeah,
Nothing.
2 boosted power 12s into the stalker from Jarl himself.
Dice -5 on the first one. Oh,
Wow,
that makes up for all the missed damage.
Yeah, that turned around rather quickly.
Okay.
What, 13 damage?
Jeez, he's got 19 damage on him now between the 6 and that. Wow. All right, maybe that stalker's not going to live.
Yeah, that was a crazy dice spike. It reminds me of the game that I played against him like this past Wednesday, which was just like, okay, if I live through this crazy dice spike, okay, how often do I get it? Oh, there it is again. It's like, okay, how often do you get?
So apparently Jarl is just going to be a boss and kill almost all of the stalker. Looks like he feeded and got 4 clouds.
Which is really rough for the blood trackers. I mean, the blood trackers can walk in and shoot.
Yeah, they can walk in, shoot, but they're -2 to hit. Granted,
Does it apply the range attacks?
I think it's just -2 Mat and Rat.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's range attacks too.
Oh,
Let me see. I got his card pulled up.
more the reason to have the prey in play.
-2 to attack rolls.
Wow. Well, at least it's not like a melee unit where it's just totally shut down from
Sure.
the clouds. That's funny. It even affects magic attacks.
Yeah. See what Totem Hunter does. He might try and go and finish off that stalker.
I don't know what the Totem Hunter's prey was.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, unfortunately. I doubt it was a stalker, but hey, it might have been.
Knowing Clint, it may have been the blood trackers.
That's usually my target when I play Totem Hunter. I usually pick like the Vanguard skirmishy type unit.
So you're constantly getting this.
Yeah,
this not
you
this,
can
right?
get the bonus, especially if they're defense like high defense like 14.
Mhm.
Him tooling in there, I think Mat 10 is just beautiful, and the fact that they actually have a hard time killing the Totem Hunter in turn. If he's tied up in them, they can't get charges on him or
Right.
shots. If he's not their prey, then
It's a solid 3 points of just like, okay,
Nope.
I'm sniping stuff out. And
he's back to crap damage rolls. It looks like he missed that one. So
look,
no damage.
after a 666,
Yeah, yeah.
you can't complain.
To be fair, all the rest was pretty bad. Looks like Clint's calling his extension.
Yeah. Clint can be a slower player sometimes,
Yeah,
especially.
he's more measured, more slow.
Yeah.
It happens.
And this and to be fair, this list is a lot of activation.
Yeah, it's a hard list to play in time turn for sure. You've got
+1 defense.
2 10-man units, the Sons of Bragg, the Gatorman. You've got Jarl, who's going to be doing magic bullets. That's potentially 4 attacks a turn.
Right.
The Storm Troll, who could potentially be doing leaps and getting attacks out that every turn. You got the Impaler doing his actions, the Rune Bearer. So you got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts.
Forward.
You might not need his extension.
Quick in. Onto them.
Runebear is using his once per game ability to cast a spell for free.
Sons of Brag.
Never mind, he is using it.
Oh yeah.
It's counting up now. I looked at the clock wrong. Sons of Brag getting up in there.
Be very interested to see what Jeff's retaliation is.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the Blood Trackers do. If they go after the Gatorman or not.
See, with the clouds, they were in the clouds, they go back to an effective 6 if the Gatorman were the prey target.
Correct.
So you're just looking at 7s.
7s, that's rough.
And Weapon Master 11.
Power 11, so it's dice minus 5, so you should be doing significant damage to him.
Yeah, so
when you hit.
like what, 2 or 3 should kill a Gatorman?
Yeah, needing 7s
Roughly?
to hit,
Yeah.
it could be 3 to 4 actually.
Right. It depends on whether or how consistent 7s.
He's going to Rage Hound? No, sorry, not Rage Hound. I believe it's Red. So they stand back. Everybody stand back.
Alright, let's see
Okay.
what happens to this stalker here.
It looks like the boom howlers are deciding to do the stand up howl instead of 4+ tough or the rage howl. So that actually might, if the stalker does live, it might actually be a positive thing because now it's much easier to kill him.
It's going to be a tall order for the stalker to live. There they go, tying up the skinwalkers. They don't have reach though, so it's going to be a little rough.
Is there a black light over there, or are they all on the other side?
I think they're all up there with the blood trackers.
He's going to charge him?
Yeah, that would have been nice.
It looks like he's getting the non-charge attacks of the.
Correct. He's blocking line of sight with his models. Very smart tactic. Something that you need to be looking for if you're tied up with something that is reach, like a stalker.
It was one time I played a game where I blinded a Colossal. Colossal walked up to engage Gorman, and I ran a bunch of small base models in front of Gorman. Gorman walks backwards, not immune to the free strike at that point, and then blinds him again.
Yeah, that works against everything that's not cavalry.
Yeah. Which, another funny story, which is when you have a cavalry caster that has a stationary, if he touches you, tying up your caster, and I'm spending my whole turn going, how do I get out of this?
Crochet 3 wouldn't do that to you.
He would, and he has.
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
I just started playing Crochet 3. That guy's a monster.
We covered it in previous podcast, but he's so annoying to play against at times.
Yeah, I'm 4-0 now with him, but
Because it's one of those things where he always has an ace in his hole, essentially. And he's also a decent assassination caster.
Ace in his hole.
Oh,
Ace in his bunghole.
ace in his pocket.
That's an odd place to keep a card.
Well,
Ace up his sleeve,
How
sir.
is- how-
I think is the expression you're looking for.
is it?
Yeah, I don't know how you treat cards, but
Rather well.
those cards are a little smelly when you play them. Thought they were something weird.
I don't need that
Oh,
reputation. Looks like
Boomhauer's
a,
just removed the Skinwalker.
and the damage is coming back.
Didn't do too much damage to that one. Looks like 2.
To be fair, I think that was a skinwalker that was going to die.
It only had 2 Boomhauer charges on it. You see him made it. 1 hit.
No, that's true. Armor 18 against like a power 14.
Yeah.
So 12.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
live.
12 minus 4 damage.
4 damage to the Stalker. I think he's living.
Second one?
Uh-oh.
That defense 14 is
Oh,
coming
no
to play.
hits. Here he goes. This is a crucial roll. No.
Well, none of them charged.
Did you just say 1 box left? Ooh, that is a heartbreaker. Let's see if the Thrall can finish it.
The Throg is actually surprisingly powerful.
He's really good in melee. He's got 2 reach attacks. He's going to hit.
We weren't actually touching.
Oh, we're questioning whether or not we had reach.
Okay.
So they're checking it right now.
Because it's pretty close. It's certainly worth checking in that instance.
I think it's-
Especially when your Saga has 1 life left.
Yeah. I don't think the Throg hit. Oh, the Throg hit. Oh, it's
Yeah, he's met 7.
Because I got it sideways like this.
Yep, in range. Let's see that damage roll. Quince.
So I just did a 14. And what's his power?
I think he's power 12.
I think so. I think he has the Gatorman thing, which is your non-reach is more powerful than your reach.
That's going to do it.
He stays. He's now mine because the feral guys goes away.
Oh, he's feral guysing the
I
feral.
didn't read that though. So what happened then? Let me just read it because it's longer.
Now we're trying to figure out the rules of a Pharaoh, guys.
Yours for some
Which, to be fair, I don't know what happens when he takes over stuff.
I think the beast is undead and not under anybody's control, so you can't like force or anything like that. If I remember correctly.
It doesn't have like one box in each column or something.
It's something along those lines.
Let's see. Let me read this
You can read
paragraph.
Any other anything you read that you?
It's an exciting game. Clint's using his extension to explain the Feral Geist rules.
Spells, animo, effects, expire. Friendly minion, gains undead, lord. Remove 1 damage point from each of the last 4 beasts.
You remove 1 from each aspect, so basically it's 3 life.
Cannot be forward, blah, 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 blah. So,
So basically it becomes a super soul for you for a turn.
Yeah.
I'll take a Berserking Stalker.
he just
Can you warp
pops back.
if you're controlling by it?
I guess, yeah.
He's the same, he's just
Just because it's not a force.
No, it's not a force. It's just a once per
Or
activation.
for Berserk, yeah, I'll take it.
You can warp for regeneration too. Be
Yeah,
healing
that's
your.
silliness.
I'm going to warp for regeneration. Run away. Regeneration. Turn 8.
Yeah, the Stalker's coming back. Here's my 1-point Stalker. He can't force, though.
But he's still there.
Yeah. Berserking his way through your army.
I think if a stalker, if you can't force, is worth a point.
I think so, too.
I would pay a point for a non-forceable stalker.
I think Jeff might need to dedicate a Skinwalker swing into that Stalker to
No, I did not. Because I had
see him go away.
So now, yeah, at least he still has most of the skinwalkers left, and you're not worrying about 4+ tough boom howlers as much. You're just worried about regular tough boom
Yeah, right.
howlers.
He's got, 5 models to clear if he wants to score that zone,
Mm-hmm.
which actually might not be too big of a deal, because it looks like he's got the feral and teleporty range.
Yeah, I mean, he
So-
could potentially just.
Skinwalkers, it looks like they're advancing, not charging.
I think he's trying to just walk around them and kill the stuff in front of him.
Yep. Looks like he was free from the boom howlers and enough range to move.
It's like a.
Terror check on Nist Hunters, always good to force that. Because those guys do cause terror. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen.
They're really good. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
they're
just a solid unit. They're basically Gatormen, more or less.
yeah. The UA was everything that they needed because they were boat anchors before.
Yeah, they're basically Gatormen, and that's the highest compliment I can pay a medium-based unit, I think. There's a stalker going, or Skinwalker going to kill his own stalker. Putting Old Yeller down.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're right on the boom howlers again. Continue to make their tough rolls. This is 4 tough rolls so far they've made.
There we go.
Finally,
one
one
died.
goes away.
If he had 4+ tough, he would have passed his
I
tough
know,
roll on
right?
that one.
There's the alpha getting in on it. Oh, makes another one. These tough rolls are insane. Boom howlers, man. They seem to either just be hot or cold on tough rolls.
Yeah.
I've seen games where they've just completely cracked just all loss of averages and just made every tough roll ever, or just failed every tough roll ever.
And you're like, why? Why?
It's really in between.
You're 13 minus 2. Minus 2, so 8.
Oh, there goes a Town Hunter in one swing. That's pretty nice.
That is pretty nice.
First swing
I'll take that.
on him in the back. That's 12.
Putting Old Yeller down.
13, 17, minus 4. 2 damage, so leaving with 1.
He still lives with 1.
Hit. Minus 4.
There he goes. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Not only did I kill your stalker, I made you kill it.
Yeah, those Pharaoh Guys rules are interesting when they actually pop up.
I've never had a Pharaoh Geist take over anything. Granted, I think I've played one once, maybe. I use it as a beacon to throw gators at.
Yeah, I use it like as an arc node with Rosheth sometimes, and that's pretty much it.
It's just a guidance system for gator toss when I play it.
This is very interesting. What Jeff's retaliation is. I mean, what the problem with like trying to grab that zone that he's not super in right now with that Boom Howler is one of the models contesting it.
Yeah.
And
You
that's
got 8 boxes to choose through.
and
5
tough.
plus tough. If you got a stalker, you can make that happen probably, but he's teleporting the stalker over.
Hmm.
Swing on that guy, Matt 9, be knocked down.
It looks like he's not playing for the box. I don't know if he would have been able to. I think he needed that Skinwalker in the box now to kill the Boomhowler and the Nist to have a chance at it. Sprinting back.
Yeah, I don't know if you realize that he doesn't have sprint anymore.
Oh, yeah, I think we messed that up. That cheating bastard. Hopefully he'll realize that.
Yeah, if you throw your stalker away on the first turn, you don't have sprint
Yeah.
much longer.
Not unless you have Bone Grinders. Which
I
is
mean-
not a bad 2 points to spend when you got a Sprint Animus or the Quicken Chicken.
Yeah.
That's Quicken Chicken and Worsh and Brine. That's always a fun combination with Bone Grinders.
Isn't it? Isn't it like crazy assassination?
Double Smoke Bombs.
Yeah. Boom. Boom. Squeeze. Boom. Squeeze.
I like the sound effects there.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, you
No?
should go into some sound acting.
Yeah, Michael Winslow has nothing on me.
Oh, that was painful.
Was it?
Yeah.
Felt right to me.
Does this affect magic?
Yes, it does, Jeff. Yes, it does. -2 to attack rolls. We already figured it out because we're smart people.
Yeah, and we have nothing better to do than to sit here and commentate on a game
Alright.
and look up rules and stuff.
Whatever, it's for your entertainment. You ungrateful people.
I personally appreciate all of the listeners to enter the Crucible.
I
Please
hate
like
all
us
of
on
you.
Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You are all good people. You are a better person because you listen to Enter the Crucible.
Jesus. So he's going in with a couple of them, staying out with the rest? Is that the plan here?
I guess. Maybe reform a couple of them forward and tie up gators.
I don't know why you wouldn't just tow the smoke, get all your throws in, and then reform some back and reform some forward. I guess he's trying not to lose Nuala.
Yeah.
8 on the 4. Still hits.
That hits.
I think he's forgetting Prey.
16. So -5.
He's counting the power 11.
No, but I said he was a rat 4.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's
it's-
slinging straight on a... Doesn't matter, but...
3 more. The same guy? Yep. What was he at? He's taking 6. She's going to throw at him as well.
Looks like he's concentrating on one of the gators.
Yep. That's the way to go. I mean, it's no use spreading damage around.
It looks
when
like
you can
he
just eliminate people.
witch doctored the gators the last
Yeah,
turn.
I saw that. He did do that last turn.
This dude. Okay, 13.
Good luck killing the Sons of Brag at rat 4.
6 base, right? On the 6 base and 4. Against 13? Yep.
Yeah. Should have thrown out a gator.
This one. See you back to -7. That one hits.
This is a great example of Jarl's feat, just giving him really good board position.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no way he's not dominating that zone next turn.
Yeah.
I think we saw a big mistake with that stalker early, and Clint's going to try and exploit the weakness of Kaya, which is she has a hard time holding on to ground. So you really have to make sure that your skinwalkers are in the right place to stop the scenario win for your opponent.
It looks like, as predicted, he threw a couple of them forward, throw some things, and then tie them up to just
Sure.
try and maintain the rest of the unit. Blood trackers, having play them once or twice myself is not necessarily a low skill cap unit, but it is a decently skill cap unit.
Yeah, it's easy to use them, but it's hard to use them well, I think.
Because it's identifying those times when you want to throw versus when you want to charge in quick
Sure.
work.
Yeah, and also using that reform move correctly. Your ranges are relatively low with your guns, so you have to play them safe. Like, you can't just barrel forward at 7 inches, throw at something, and then leave them to get charged.
And your prey target is such a big deal
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
when it comes to prey, especially at a high-level tournament play, if you prey a unit, I'm not above sending the last guy in that unit off into the back edge of the table so I don't get preyed upon again.
Absolutely. I've seen people do that. Previously, before the revamped the cohesion rules where you couldn't get buffs, I've seen people just leave a guy on their table edge and just not run him towards the unit commander.
But you're only going to get one prey, so it's like choosing that initial prey target. It's best. The best rule of thumb is just assuming that you're only going to get the one anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I usually when I have prey, it's usually the totem hunter, but I have a certain goal in mind that I want the totem hunter to do, and more often than not, that is as a harasser and tie-up unit. So I want him to be sprinting. I want him to be getting in there and tying up. Like blood trackers for me is a perfect prey target for him.
Yeah.
Or like Statixis, Raiders, stuff like that. Stuff that's going to have a hard time actually killing him if he ties them up. And stuff that's going to be isolated.
Okay.
So I think that was a fantastic couple of turns for Clint.
Yeah, see if he's able to fully capitalize on it. I mean, he
there's
has such a good scenario presence
Yeah,
right now.
I think there's a good chance he could scoop up 2 and maybe 3 points.
Harmonious exultation here.
Because that objective is just open for being shot at by Jarl this turn.
But once again, Clint's the weakness of his list is he doesn't have anything that can just walk over and kill that objective in one activation.
Right. He has to concentrate like all of his guns on that
Yeah, like
objective.
the Storm Troll, the Impaler, and Jarl just to have a decent shot at it, and even then it's not a guarantee.
The nice thing is that the objective is a great magic bullet target right now.
Absolutely. You can pop off both Swamp Gobbers
Yeah.
without even thinking about it.
And then Kaya loses one of her protective abilities.
Absolutely. You also have the Lightning Troll, which is going to Electro Leap off that thing if he goes after it.
I wonder if they're remembering Terror on the Gators. I don't know if they did it last
I
time.
don't think they did.
'Cause that's the nice thing about Gators is that if you did that right, you had 2 terror chests on the not fearless blood trackers.
Yep.
And if they
Absolutely.
break, that's devastating.
Yeah, that's game. He would have scored this turn.
So,
Yeah.
Max 7?
Oh, no. Yeah, he would have scored this turn because that's the only thing he had contesting.
Hits, about 13. Reach attack here.
So,
And Gators are good at killing blood trackers.
Bite attack here.
yes, they are.
Looks like he didn't do rerolls. He might have done defense again.
2 attacks, inning 7s. You're getting multiple attacks on people.
Bite attack here.
But
It's
this is
not too risky.
this is still decent blood tracker play because he only really sacrificed what 3 blood trackers
So
to the
far,
Gators.
I mean, he's got Sons of Rag in there. He only killed 1 Gator, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that feat had something to do with it, I think. Without that feat, that would have been a pretty devastating turn. Looks like Clint's just going to clear the box.
Yeah.
What type of damage is that?
Electrical.
I do not think blood trackers are immune to electrical damage.
Really?
Oh, the
The Blacklight is.
Blacklight is.
Yeah, he's immune to everything, I think.
I think so. Yeah, all the different elements. I'll take a bile thought purge to the face. Thank you very much.
I can't be too mad at
No.
the few corrosion immunity models.
Oh, there's a whole unit of them.
Yeah, but they suck. Cough, cough.
A little bit sometimes.
Not against Cricks. They're good against Cricks. In many ways. Commandos, Gator Commandos is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
With Eve Lad, they're nightmare.
It's my favorite combination of rules. Like the only thing that ever makes me like look at Strakoff and go, "Huh, that's kind of cool," even though he's not that great of a caster, is
No, he's not.
I'm immune to fire and corrosion and can have occultation on myself, so Legion can go suck
Oh
it.
wait, Blackclad's not immune to corrosion. Haha.
He isn't.
It's the L1 element he's not immune to. He's immune to fire, electrical, and frost damage.
Now 13. Okay,
So there should be more immune corrosion out there.
Gorman, that's an important one.
That is most definitely an important one. But that's usually the target you excarnate off of.
Yeah, that's hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you're saying hopefully the externate goes off? I don't think you're rooting for X-Card ever.
No, I'm not. Not unless I'm playing it, and that was one or two times.
Yeah. Oh, X-Carnate Bile Thrall, it's so unfair.
I'm so glad it's been a while since I've seen one. Like I can't remember the last time I'd seen Epic
Yeah,
Lift crossed over.
I'll bring it next time, next tournament.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just blinding light them, and it'll be good.
That's fine. I'll bring Body and Soul as my other list.
All right, just blinding light
Sons of Bradford,
Denegra, so you can't Hellmouth.
That's fine. She actually doesn't care in that army.
No, she doesn't really. And now we know why we don't see Epic Glitch that often.
4+ tough.
Because that's always the thing. It's like, well, if you're bringing this countered Epic Glitch, I'll just bring this. And then if I'm bringing this, I might as well just take Peace Guard and not take Epic Glitch at all.
Yeah. I bring out Elich every now and then. He just gets
Okay,
countered so
attack,
much.
First attack there.
Alright, it looks like the Sons of Bragg are trying to finish that box off. Finish off the...
He's attacking that guy.
They should be able to do that fairly handily.
Yeah, this should be an easy, at this point, 3 points to Clint.
Well, I don't know if he's going to kill the zone.
They have a spray?
Yes, they do, Jeff. Yes, they do.
Okay, I need an 8.
Can I see what you're still?
It's a spray, Jeff. It's a spray.
It's able to target model, right?
Yeah, you can always target, Jeff.
It's range. These ignore stuff.
Come on,
You can
man.
always target self models.
Oh, how about a taste your own little high-hitting medicine there? That should be a command check for those ladies. They should have taken 3 already.
Yeah.
Jarl.
I like making fun of our friends for playing games wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it great?
I feel it often.
Let's see what Mr. Jarl does.
He's going to cast Magic Bullet for 1.
Alright.
He's going to shoot at...
See if you guys have the objective. Oh, going after Skinwalkers. That's not a bad choice.
See if occultation's still on them.
Looks like they dropped it.
9.
I don't get a critical. It's power 12, right?
I will boost that.
See, does Jeff have an assassination now? I'm trying to look for it.
With Kaya.
Yeah, that Sparrow could be double shifted. It's an odd
Magic Bullet 2.
8.
His stone placement's off, I think, for the second unit.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see it. I think it is off a little bit.
I mean, maybe. But there's a lot of landing space he has to clear. But he's got that Black Lad, which could certainly do some work. But he's got the Impaler and the Storm Troll kind of bodyguarding for him.
Let's see. With Spirit Drawer, you have to lose. You can't.
You can't make attacks.
You can't make
afterwards.
attacks.
No. You used to be able to.
Yeah, that was the old school assassination.
Yeah.
Well, but if I miss, don't you maybe hit the guy? Sorry, you're right. I guess him or him.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's a boost sequence. Oh.
Oh, I can actually damage the
Looks like he killed his feral guys
Oh, nice.
with a missed shot at that Skinwalker.
Oops, fire there.
Yeah, clearing off that zone is going to be pretty difficult for Jeff. He's kind of out of position now, especially with the feral.
Yeah, I think his plan kind of fell apart when the Stalker failed to sprint. That was when it all went awry. So never throw your Stalker into Bloomhowlers or anything tough when it doesn't really gain you too much.
That's the lesson of this game.
Yeah. Because now Skinwalkers and Boomhowlers are going to fight each other forever.
And they will...
This is the combat that never ends.
Yeah. And clearing out that zone is going to be fairly difficult.
To be fair, there's quite a few of the boomhowers gone already.
Yeah.
I've seen press that many he's killed.
Now that he's stopped passing every single tough roll
Yeah,
that he
right.
was asked upon to make.
He's already killed the whole unit at least once. As far as many guys he's put in the dirt.
Boomhowers are one of those units you have to not necessarily have a plan for, but like
You just can't. Like for me, it's like you have to understand the fact that that unit will tar pit you, and will sometimes just make tough rolls.
yeah,
There's
it's
nothing you can do about it.
It's like if I can just put an overwhelming amount of attacks into
Sure.
it and hope that it turns against them. Because there's been games that I've just left them with nothing but Boomhowler. I'm like, I'm okay with only Boomhowler being left.
You either tie him up or you, like I said, you throw a bunch of attacks at him. My general strategy is just to put a Balthral Purge on him.
Yeah, that tends to work.
Make your tough roll, then have that corrosion come at
Make-
you next turn.
Make only a 5-up tough roll. I mean, Incendiary can set them on fire, which is
Yeah.
also nice. And
Blood Hags are also nice against them.
yeah, I could use Blood Hags in some of my lists.
Yeah, you can?
Yeah.
That sounds like cheating if you can use them. You got a
No,
new
it's
tier?
okay. I
You
got a PG. PG said okay.
You got a new tier list that
Yeah.
I didn't know about? A little Dr. Arcadius style tier list?
I would play that tier list as like a. Now you can use a Blood Hag. That model's fair in some situations.
6 and 6 is 12. Minus 9.
Looks like a couple CRAs into an alpha.
All shoot at the alpha.
It looks like they still have occultation, and that's why he missed the Jarl shots.
Frog.
I think Clint needs to stop forgetting that they have occultation.
That would be helpful. It looks like
that stupid thing beat? I don't know. It's supposed to.
Uh-oh. Ran out of time. Which is one of the things we talked about, weakness of the army. It's hard to get all those activations in quality-wise. And
you press down the top button, Clint. There you go. So that's the exact chest clock that Privateer uses in all their events.
is it?
Yeah. Because I was looking at chest clocks when I was actually like doing it, like they're all stupid expensive. I don't understand why chest clocks are as expensive as they are. That's $35.
Wow.
I'm like, it's like 2 timers.
I'm glad you bought it, and I didn't.
It's 2 like dollar timers with like a switch on top of it.
Listen, that's a lot of work.
Is it?
That's like $20 worth of work to put those timers together and
And then they have like,
manufacture a switch. Could you manufacture a switch and apply it to 2 timers for $20?
if I was back in high school and I took my electronics course, maybe.
Yeah. Time's a wasting. He doesn't have that many activations now.
No,
Glenn's done him some favors there.
I'm
Now,
just.
there's no way he's clearing that zone with all those NIS and no AoEs.
I would just charge into that into those nests and hope for a failed terror chest.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Oh,
Well, I think he's already engaged in them anyway.
yeah. Yeah, that might be the case.
So 6.
That's not a great war of attrition, Jeff.
Did they take a terror check when they engaged?
Yes. You're already, because you engaged them.
Oh, yeah, I see the 2 NIS engaged with the 100 there already, so.
It's 13.
Armor 16.
Smack, smack.
He's got block. Minus 3, so 7.
Why does Boomhowler have 8 damage rocks? That's the thing that always like
He's a
surprises me.
troll character.
I know he's a troll character, but it's like always surprising.
He's
Like
supposed to.
I just hit you with blah. Oh, you're not dead, and then you tuffed.
Oh, Boomhowler went down, baby.
Well, there goes all the howls.
Yep. It's always a good feeling when that guy gets picked off the table. Disappointing hit rolls for the Skinwalkers.
Yeah,
Only Mat 6 though, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the only disappointing part about them for me.
I mean, Mat 6 isn't too terrible if it's with all their other abilities taken into play too. But I mean, more often than not, you see him with Morvana 2, who has Carnivore anyway. And it's not like there's ways to buff their hitting capabilities in circle.
I'm curious if they actually are 6 or 7s. War room, give me the knowledge. Yeah, they're only at 6s.
Larger set of stone ready to go next. And this guy.
Looks
Like he's teleporting the stalker up in there. That's interesting to me. I don't know.
maybe just to try and
I think
delay.
he's putting that sprint animus that doesn't exist anymore on him still.
Second attack.
If he makes a sprint move, I'm going to walk in there and tell him and remind him. It's egregious.
Yeah, this point's a little bit rough.
Line attack and boosted. On this one.
I didn't hear if he said he was putting a sprint on, but I'm pretty sure that's what
He did
tried to
activate the
do. Yeah.
druid. He might. Well, of course, you might be there just to give the.
I don't think he primaled him, so what's the stalker's animus?
Bang of chaos that like removes fury within his command range.
Yeah, it's something crap.
He also could be like looking at Spirit Dooring right now.
That's true.
So
I mean, he hasn't cast it yet. We actually haven't seen Kaya do what Kaya does yet. I think
Yeah.
Jeff just kind of been a little. I don't know. I think he's just been a little bit frustrated by this army as far as that stalker went south, and that was such a linchpin. It's something that you can usually protect quite easily.
with Spirit Doors and
sprints
Sprout and stuff like.
stones and getting cover and stealth and all that stuff. But
It's like one of those things when you have that crazy alpha or crazy like movement shenanigans and stuff. Like, don't use it right now. Right now is a bad time to use it.
But I mean, a lot of times you can use it with Kaya and get away. You can use it over and over and over and over again. That's what she does. But I think you want to put some fail safes in there. Have Kaya go second.
Yeah.
You know, have that spirit door in your pocket in case you need it. You know, especially if you're going into tough models. I mean, if you're putting a stalker into some steel heads or something,
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it
Yeah,
at all.
it is what it is.
But yeah, just Boomhowler like going on a tough tear and shutting all that down is.
Yeah, no, that was awful.
I mean, it defined the tempo of this game.
Sure did. I mean, losing your stalker on turn 2 is... Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I've seen Jeff keep that wolf alive and attacking stuff every turn over the course of like 6 rounds.
Right.
You know?
It's such a powerful ability when you can when you have no
like,
risk.
Here's
on
the
your
best
caster.
beast in the game. It's charging you every turn, and you're not getting it.
Yeah, you're running to try and catch up with it.
Yeah, it's egregious as far as just like how stupid powerful it is. Like I said, the weakness is you're not actually keeping stuff in the boxes in the zones to hold them.
Yeah.
That's like to me like the hugest weakness of Kaya, which you're seeing right now.
But it is a balancing thing. I mean, if Epic Lilith can keep shooting you every single turn, Epic Lilith, if had no reason to go forward, would sit on her table edge and keep shooting if she had the opportunity to do so.
I'm not complaining.
It's just something that to manage. It's like you can't have everything be good all the time.
Yeah, I mean I think that's why you have the Skinwalkers. I mean they did good. They did a good job of holding that lower zone just by themselves.
It'd be interesting to see how the attrition goes with the Skinwalkers in that zone.
All right, it looks like Kaya went to Spirit Door the Feral back, which I think is the right play.
It's like sending in the Gorax,
Yep.
which is a really solid beast, that has been said many a time.
Yeah, one of the best 4-pointers you tooling around. Oh man, he misses a primal charge attack. That is.
A primal PK charge attack, so it's like plus
he hits
4.
the second one though.
5 damage.
And having opportunity to go after that snipe animus is really good. Worst case scenario, it is something that Clint will have to deal with to try and clear it off too.
Yeah.
So I think that was a smart play on his part.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got to start getting stuff in the box. Yeah, it's a mat 6 goes to 8. Actually, I think he missed that attack.
Plus Kea.
Yeah, mat 6 goes to 8. 3 goes to
He
11.
has a 10, right? Is it 6?
Oh, because he has primal on him. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I forgot about primal.
You know,
Yeah.
Matt 10 beasts.
There's Nat 10, power 14 with potentially 4 attacks on him. Left him with 5. That's actually pretty impressive, especially considering you missed a charge attack.
Did charge, bot. Yeah. Fine.
He has one more attack too.
Oh, okay. It looks like Kaya put primal on him.
I'm sorry, -2, so
4.
4. Leaving him with 1.
Oh,
Wow.
man. That's been a story of this game. That is always a sickening feeling when you leave something important with 1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an impaler, not a colossal, but
You know, like objectives, leaving an objective with 1.
yeah, would you know all about that?
I would know something about that. It was a 5-man rifleman CRA that doubled 1 that lost me the tournament.
Nice. Doesn't hurt that Adam Stewart was on the other side of that table.
No, it
Or
doesn't.
it doesn't help, I mean.
So the guy in front, magic 7.
See, he'll capitalize.
7 and 6 is 13. They're 13s.
Oh, they are. Okay, sorry. This
Number
guy.
2 hit.
Hit.
Are you magic
Yeah,
7?
Yes, 7.
Okay, yeah.
Hits.
Looks like it.
Hits.
Jeff loves
Casters beat.
the black-clad sprays.
Yeah, who doesn't?
How 12?
Black Clouds are amazing.
I have a whole cab unit with sprays. I'm not really worried about it.
Black Clouds are so good.
Guy.
I love that model. I'd have a hard time not taking 2 in most of my circle lists.
It's really weird how the points work out.
Yeah, no.
That's the downside.
I've played Circle a little bit. I mean, just borrowing people's stuff, and I've tried to put 2 in there. And usually there's stuff that you end up cutting sometimes, but
It's like a second unit of stones or second black-clad.
yeah, you always go for the stones.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I do really want to try the Bradicus tier.
Apparently, that's been the hot new rage. I've been hearing people.
Yeah, I
just
heard it on the
crying.
Musecast.
And it's all been, what was it? The
When you're in combat, unyielding, yeah.
Wool Guardians.
Mhm.
Not Guardians, the little guys.
Yeah, the
Oh my
Watchers.
God. Watchers.
Yeah.
I knew that was the way to go with Bradigus. Not that that's a shocking revelation.
It's the 3 units of shifting stones that could potentially have something to do with it.
And the mannequins apparently are the bee's knees with 3 Fury on them. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I just like I kind of want to try it. It seems like
I love
competitive and
Bradigus. When he first got announced, I started playing around with lists for him
Mm-hmm.
before the tier.
he would be like that would be like a list I would like to take that and like Epic Morvana, I don't care, just whatever, and just take it into a tournament just to enjoy playing. Like I'm not even a circle player. I'm just trying to play this once for the day.
I'm just having fun with Epic Morvana. Being a douchebag.
I can have fun with Epic Lich.
Yeah,
And I
that's what
have.
you do. You're like, oh, I'm going to take E. Haley to a tournament.
The only
Even though I
one,
don't play Signar.
the only faction I
cast
haven't taken to a tournament is Trolls and Circle.
Looks like we got Blood Trackers going in, throwing some spears on stuff. Spears on
And,
Gatorman.
yeah, it's obvious that
He's clearing them out pretty well, too.
yeah. I'm actually like surprised on how well Jeff's been able to fight back this turn.
Absolutely, but it doesn't matter if he can't clear that zone or can't stop him from scoring in that zone, you know? Granted, he gave him some good questions. Can you kill a Gorax? Can you kill Blood Trackers? I would throw more of those bad girls in there, but
He also has, I think, the other Blackclad to go, which is what he's
yeah,
doing now.
Blackclad number 2. I would throw that bad boy in the zone too, because unfortunately you got to survive some Gatorman and some to brag, and that's not easy. And Jarl and a Storm Troll.
This guy has reach. This guy
But
does
it's a,
not.
it's a spell thing, so cast it in.
Yeah, that's also another nice thing about magical sprays is just walking into combat and going like,
Sure.
"Hey guys, how's it going?"
And also the Witch Doctor too. It's like, oh, that last Blood Tracker's toe in the zone.
Yeah.
All right, I'll kill the Gatorman to score 2 points. Boop. Take a power 16.
I'm at least grateful it's not a boosted sack strike.
Yeah,
like
no,
boosted
it's
sack
got-
strike's one of my the short list of things that's
It's
just
so
really
unfair.
annoying. Yeah.
So unfair.
You're just like, oh, that thing that really hard for me to kill that. Well, let me just sacrifice this Picanthral that I got for free anyway and kill it.
Yeah, I play Peacecar all the time, and it's so unfair. I've ended so many games with Sack Strike. It's not even.
Well, what was it? You had like a crazy like this is my only chance to win this game assassination with a self-strat. Isn't that GigaCon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a GigaCon. It was actually for the qualifier, and it was I think Max Lemon, phenomenal Harvey player, and everybody was disappointed that we got matched up because like, oh, we wanted both of you guys in the
finals,
in the Masters. So
Yeah.
it was like one of us had to knock each other out, and he was kicking my butt, and I was just kind of timed Harvey trying to get her down to a few life because she was martyring him,
doing what she does, martyr and
yeah,
martyr.
but he was
martyr.
really smart with her, camping the whole time. And he went one turn where he had to spend some focus to get some stuff done, and he had martyred her down to like 8 life, and that's where I was just like, okay,
It's
I'm
your
gonna
only
go for the
chance.
sack strike on a Bane Knight, and it's like I've got to kill you on this roll, and then I've got because he had a devout. So he was stopping any guns, stopping spells. It was just like, all right, this is it, my one chance to this game, and the dice came through for me.
Let me bypass most of all these rules to put a
About
boost of
every
16
roll.
onto
Let me
it.
bypass every roll, dude. The hit rolls. The only roll I'm doing is the damage roll. That's it.
Yeah.
Going straight to the damage roll. Yeah, no, it was heinous.
And I can imagine that's probably a frustrating feeling.
I mean, the Max, great player, and he was just like, oh, that's awesome, man. He took it like a champ, so... As far as that, because it was a fun game, man. That was the best game I played the whole convention by far.
Yeah. So it's ship back over to Clint, see if Clint can clear out that zone again. If he can clear out that zone and get that objective, he wins.
Game over, baby. Game over.
So,
Just like they said in Aliens.
like that one movie that one time.
Yeah. Game over, man.
So there are some possibilities here.
I think that the hard part is going to be killing the objective and killing the Gorax.
Well, he could, Storm Troll could two-hand toss the Gorax.
That's true,
out.
but that's also probably your best resource right now to actually, well, not best, but one of your good resources to kill the objective. Because you can have Nist Hunters CRA it. Actually, that's not a bad play.
Yeah.
Nist Hunters throw a big CRA in there. Boom Howlers are all tied up. You have your all put some boosted power 12s.
You could, if you can kill that one Skinwalker, you got 3 Boom Howler charges on it.
And you might be able to set up a sack strike. I'm not sure, though, because that cloud is blocking it. But
That one gay would have to charge to the side and then have that within range to self-strike.
it's the line of sight of the Witch Doctor, which is questionable.
It's a large objective, but he does have that cloud.
Yeah,
in
he's
the
got the 5-inch cloud in front of it, so...
which is smart on Jeff's part. Just be like,
I don't
okay.
think he set that up on purpose, but I think he was just
It's
trying
smart
to
on Jeff's part.
I mean, maybe. He might have been trying to save the objective. Actually, if he was, he might have been. All right, I'm going to give him more credit. It looks like he might have been trying to save his objective, give himself another turn.
Because Kaya's not over there.
No, never mind. I take it back. It's Kaya.
And look, sir,
Kaya. Is
on
the-
Enter the Crucible, it's only masterful plays.
Is it?
All the time.
Depending on who's playing.
Oh, perfect. So attacking here.
Jeff's really good with Minoff.
he is really good with Minhoff.
Jeff's phenomenal with Minoff.
Well, I've had this discussion with him. It's like, you got to step out of the box sometimes, or step out
Yeah.
of the faction box, because if you have no idea how other factions play, because I think primarily, especially if you're a Manoff player, you get stuck in that mindset of, I'm just shutting down what people are doing and just enacting my game plan all the time, that I don't understand like what type of game plans there are actually out
Yeah.
there.
I think there's a certain merit to sticking to one faction and just playing that faction, and then you trying to figure out how to
No,
play
if you're
that
not
faction.
cycling factions every 3 months, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, right. You figure out how to play that faction against everything else, and that's certainly what I do, especially with Crix. That's pretty much all I play competitively is Crix, and I've gotten really good with it, you know. But I think the guys who do well, the guys who are winning the War Machine Weekend stuff, for the most part, are guys who are rotating around, playing multiple factions, and they usually have a main. They usually have like this
Yeah,
is my
they- you-
go-to faction that Jake Van Meter, Brian White, those guys are showing me Legionnaire or Minoff. Ryan White's been playing Crix recently, but what was it? Jay Larson, he's playing Trolls or Signar.
Yeah.
But those guys play everything, more or less.
It's like the more play styles you can recognize, the more you can actively counter it, like recognizing the game state as it is, and okay, I know if I take this out, this shuts this down.
But that's just exhausting.
Yes.
Trying to play all these different factions and stuff. So I just stick to one.
I like my
Alright.
4. I like
Killing a blood tracker. Yeah, get him out of the box. Get him out of the box.
He's playing the.
I like my 4, and I usually cycle around depending upon when releases come out.
Yeah, no loyalty faction
So
jumper.
Black Flag, Rats 8.
I'm loyal to the 4.
Yeah, until something else catches your fancy.
14.
I'm really low to these 5.
So back
Well, look, I'm not going to start Manoff.
Yeah, you bought E. Haley, so you're working on 5 now.
No, that was just to have a Haley. I have
Dirty bastard.
PC's Signar to borrow at any time.
No,
I actually don't like Signar. I've come to that realization.
fair enough.
They're really it's not that they're boring. It's a play style that I struggle with, which
Yeah,
is
you actually like boring playstyles. So since they're not boring,
well,
yeah, they're a faction that actually kills stuff. So you're right out.
it's the faction that you don't have a lot of leeway with because almost everything's like a unique and precious snowflake. As far as like, they're my Stormblades. They cost 13 points for a 10-man unit.
Yeah. You got a throw going in there on the Gorax, and that guy's actually been solid this game. He's been doing some serious damage to beasts.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Gorax is only tooling around armor 16, so it doesn't take much to damage him. But Throg's got 3 initials, tooling in there with a high mat. You know, he's going to do some solid damage to a Gorax.
Yeah, I put in my scoring army just because I'm like looking at advanced deploy options, and it's not a great model, but it is an AD model with some interesting rules on it.
80, pretty good defensive stats. He's a 13-17 with 8 boxes. I've played around with him with Gators a little bit. I've overlooked him a lot, I think, because initially when I first started playing Gators when they came out, and the only caster was Barnabas, and his feet would knock him down, so that was just kind of right
Instantly,
out.
like, colors it.
Yeah, so I think I need to give him another look.
Well, with him, the simple thought experiment I had with the Throg was, what if he didn't have the Epic Eris rule?
And it was 2 points.
And it was 2 points, but still, like, just consider him as like just a combat solo.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, so like, okay, he's a guy who advanced deploys. He has 3 initial attacks, and he can't be targeted by spells
And reach.
and reach. Like,
And he also has Psychic Vampire.
yeah, which comes up occasionally.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know if it came up in this game, if
No.
Clint remembered, but
I don't think he was in range of the Black Clouds when he was doing his stuff, but
I was like, if I look at it like that, because I think that's like the primary complaint with him, which is, oh, he's just a bad Epic Eris because he can't knock off upkeeps that much. I'm like,
which he is.
he is. I'm
Yeah.
not saying he
But
isn't.
he's a good combat solo. more
He's
or
a good
less.
combat
Yeah.
solo. And he is one of those things that's like, if I'm looking at something to knock off defensive upkeeps on forward units, like, Ashenvale Statistic Raiders as an example, I'm like, he's actually really good at that because you're not going to not run him into charge range of a Throg. And he punches hard enough, or he punches with a high enough mat that you'll probably remove it anyway. Like Defender's Ward hit Aaron's is
Maybe
a
not
consideration
Ashenvale,
to you.
You're looking at 9s.
Three chances at a 9.
Yeah, I mean it could happen, and if it does happen, yippee.
Mm-hmm.
I like him smacking offensive units on my own units. Like, oh, Crippling Grass is gone because I tagged my Gator in the back.
Yeah.
It looks like he has successfully cleared the zone. Shooting some stones.
Which was really good to shut down the shenanigans.
Absolutely.
I've feeded to remove stones before.
Yeah, last game I played against Jeff, I put a Kraken pretty much in charge range of 2 War Beasts to kill 2 stones,
Yeah.
and felt pretty happy with that. We're giving Kelly the mid-game update. Clint's actually kicking Jeff's ass pretty good.
That's right, baby. Go win, don't come home.
That's right.
That's
so
true.
She gave him advice. If he doesn't win, he can't come home, even though he is home. So there's a paradox there. We'll overlook it.
All reality is warping
There are
around.
many rooms to our house.
There you go. There's many rooms.
There's a Clint's going to have a very intimate moment with the couch tonight.
If he loses, he's winning.
Yeah, he's
he's
winning.
doing good. I don't know what you were suggesting with the couch, but I'm going to move past it.
I'm talking about emotional connection. It doesn't have to all be physical.
Since you guys
Either way, I won't
Though that
go.
helps.
You thought that guy was a solo? So fate charge?
I think that one Nis was constantly doing Clint a favor by being like, not re-engaging terror. Still
Oh,
fine.
absolutely. That's actually a big deal when you're playing with terror units.
Yeah.
Or against terror units. Always try and hang a guy, engage with one, if you plan to re-engage them later. And granted, that's not always up to you. It's more often than not. But if you're playing the terror units, try and clear out those guys engaging if they're going to be charging on your next turn.
Yeah.
And you might just force that terror check, which wins you the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Got 2 on it right now?
I mean the new form ruling is a little bit more helpful, but still terror against non-terror is one of those things that can define a game sometimes.
what's the new form ruling?
If you charge something that has terror and you fail your terror test, you get to end of activation and you can take your rally check at that point.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It's only during your activation, so you're not instantly shut down.
So you're not broken.
Do a CR
Right.
or
Well,
So you
if you fail your terror test again, you essentially get a chance to rally during your turn.
That is weird. I didn't hear that.
13, 14, 15.
Because evidently it was that the form, the original ruling was wrong, because there's nothing that says in breaking that you skip the end of activation step. So anything that still happens at end of activation can still happen, which
Interesting.
includes rally.
I'm actually super surprised in this Hunters. I mean, granted, they charge, but they pick up the alpha.
It looks like with 2 of them.
They're just a couple of swings. Power 9, dice -9. I mean, that's weapon masters for you. They'll spike.
This is a really, really bad place for Jeff to be.
Yeah,
It's
I
assassination or lose.
don't know what he does to come back from this. Kaya's not in a position to get in on Jarl, though I don't think the Stalker definitely isn't. Not the Stalker, the Feral definitely isn't. And Jarl is sitting on some Fury, so this might be lights out.
Maybe, and this is desperation, but maybe the Feral can get warped to the Storm Troll, kill the Storm Troll, and then Kea could Spirit Feign him, or I think she has an offensive spell,
You know,
like a muzzle or a Spirit Door or something like that. Or not a Spirit Door, a muzzle or a Stranglehold.
Sure. I don't think the stones. I don't think the Feral is in the middle of any stones right now. I don't think he has the ability to warp anything.
Oh, I think that the Druid leader
Yeah.
was taken care of.
Stones are off the table at this point.
And that was the thing that I don't know if I've actually discussed with him, but it's like he's so spread out on his initial stone placement that you're like, you take out that one guy. It's not hard to take out that one guy sometimes. It kind of messes up that whole stone unit for a
because then
turn.
they're out of formation. Actually,
Yeah.
mess it up for 2 minimum.
Yeah,
Because then the leader stone has to go pick up the other stones because they can't teleport to him.
right.
So
I think you want to try and set it up to where they're close enough that if you do lose that guy, leader stone can easily shift into formation range of the other 2.
Sure.
But that's just part of playing Circle. That's why Circle's probably the most challenging faction to play.
Yeah.
It's all
Stones are the most
positioning.
powerful, one of the most powerful units in the game, but they're also one of the most difficult to use. By a lot.
yeah.
In fact, they might be tactically the most difficult thing to use in all of War Machine. Just because their uses are so varied, but it's so tricky to get right.
That's one of those things that I personally find like Circle's like really fun to play because you're
Yeah.
like, I can do this, or I can do this, or I can do this, I can do this. But there's also the challenge factor of it's not.
It's not automatic.
Yeah,
You know, I'm not
it's
just
not-
pressing a button and setting it up.
I'm not throwing 30 Mechanics rolls at something with Dark Eye and stuff. I'm
That sound a little bitter there.
Oh, I'm not saying that it requires a great deal of tactical depth to figure out what to do with 30 Mechanics rolls and P-Scar, but there's a little bit more when you're talking like double or triple stones and wolves and synergy chains and.
I feel like there's some behemoths coming towards my way. I've never used 30 Mechanical Thrust with Peace Guy.
Okay, that's fine.
I've used 30 Bane Knights.
Yeah, again,
And 20 Mechanical Thralls and Bane Knights and Raiders, but never 30.
I have
Now,
two.
I've had 30, okay, I guess I've had 30 Mechanical Thralls on the board with Peace Scar, but I never started with 30.
That is not an enraging comment at all.
What, I had to lose Raiders to make that happen.
See, my Scar list was Raiders, 1 unit of Mechana Thralls, and 2 units of Bane Knights.
Yeah. Nobody cares about your Scar list.
And there's certain times in the game that if I put something on the table, I'm like, this is not even fair. And that was one of them.
Yeah, my last Scar incarnation was 30 Bane Knights and a Kraken. And then the support to fuel the ritual sacrifice.
We have it on video. Check it out now.
Yeah, having me like just pulling off a balls hard assassination, and then cheating with my Bane Knight vengeance moves. I pulled out a 4-inch widget and got like 2/3 of the way through, and he's like, "That's 4 inches." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's 3." And then I just kept on going. He's like, "I think it's 4." I was like, "Oh, you're right." It's like, "Oh, I'm a cheating bastard."
It's an understandable mistake. They all look the same. All the measuring templates look the
That's
same. to me.
racist.
See,
I
look
actually
like-
felt really bad about that, but it didn't impact the game at all, so it was no big deal.
I
That
wonder-
sounded like I felt bad about it. I felt bad. It was no big deal.
But I kind of feel
No,
bad.
I was like super embarrassed. I was like, "Oh crap!"
So why is Kea like right there?
It looks
Oh,
like
there
he's
she
going to
is.
go for some Spirit Fangs, but with 2 Fury, there's just no way.
I think he's still playing the attrition game. I think he's trying to, maybe he's trying to free up that Skinwalker to charge Jarl.
That might be the case. Trying to get in the zone. There he is.
Making those tough rolls.
Boom howlers.
Boom, Alice, Mimsy.
Oh, what are you doing? Try to have a moment here. Got to ruin it.
That's one that decided to die. The Boomhauers are really like defying the game a little bit.
Oh, you know it's bad when the Wilder's charging. Mat 5.
One credit I give to Jeff is that he's not afraid of using any sort of walking stick or
No, yeah.
small axe or anything.
He will throw pine needles at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it takes. I mean, when you're desperate, right?
He's like, does that thing have an attack? Well, let's go.
You know, Swamp Gobber's getting in this shit. What are they, Mat 5, Power 6?
I
Power
think
7?
so. Something along those
I
lines.
don't think they're 7. I think they're 6s.
No, I moved her too close.
What are we doing? We're killing an avatar? Let's do it. Yeah.
Swinging here.
It's like
Triple
sometimes
sixes.
sometimes it's annoying. It's like, what? That just killed what? But
Whatever. You'll never kill it if you don't try.
that thing's Mat 4.
Hey, sometimes the dice say yes.
Swamp Gobbers contesting some
I'm
zones.
surprised I didn't charge the Thrall. No, they're just trying to run.
Yeah, I think they're
be
just
more
trying to be annoying.
Yeah.
Which,
It's just super hard when magic bullets on the table.
yeah. In an aiming Jarl.
At Rat 9, it's like, and I need 6s to hit you. Bink, bink. And I just gotta hit 1, then your buddy goes away. Also, the sack striking. Oh no. Yeah, you still got 1 gator left.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They would. Oh, you can only. You can't.
Yeah, I can't.
Sack striking gator can do stuff.
The funny thing about the Ganderman Witch Doctor and outside of Blindwater is that it's just friendly faction.
Yeah, for Zombify.
Well, no, it's friendly for Zombify. It's friendly faction for Sackstrike.
Yeah, you have to
It's
kill
like-
other minions.
It's like Sackstrike, Saxon Orc.
Yeah. That's desperate times. But they don't
Well-
want you, like, sack striking, I don't know, Carex or whatever the Scorn dudes are, the Armor 16 guys.
Oh, if I could self-sack, Immortals or Armor 17.
Yeah, Immortals, those are the guys I'm thinking of. Like, they don't want you to get popping those guys off.
It looks like
Or warders, you know. Granted, that sucks when you lose a warder, but if it's like, I'm going to put a power 18 on your caster.
what are you, Assyria?
Or power 17, or whatever their base is.
I think they're 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting for Clint
I
'Cause-
just don't foresee. Oh, he just got the feral in there.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
thing. It's like that's the feral. Because I'm pretty sure the feral worked for armor.
Oh,
Yep. No.
game. He forgot. You could dominate that for 1. That's got to be frustrating.
You were kind of locked in.
So thank you for watching
Just thought about that, by the way.
episode
I was like,
11 of Enter the Crucible.
All right.
Please join us again next week for the podcast.
All right. Later. Chat attack.